Kamala Devi Harris Imhoff is a name many households are familiar with. She is an accomplished author, lawyer, and politician. She is the first American of African and South Asian descent to hold the office of Vice President. She is also the first American of African and South Asian descent to be nominated by a major political party in the US as its presidential candidate nominee.
On behalf of everyone whose story could only be written in the greatest nation on earth, I accept your nomination to be President of the United States of America.
Today, we take a closer look into the life and achievements of Kamala Devi Harris. Kamala was born Kamala Devi Harris to Shyamala Gopalan, a South Asian from Chennai, India, and migrated to the USA in 1959 to study endocrinology at the University of California. Her medical work is said to have contributed immensely to cancer research. Her father, Donald Jasper Harris, was of Jamaican American descent and emigrated to the USA in 1961 to study development economics. He was the first African American to be granted tenure at the Stanford University's economic department. Both her parents were immigrants and trailblazers in their respective academic areas. Kamala was born in 1964, and her younger sister would follow 2 years later in 1966. The family initially stayed in Berkeley until 1966 when they moved. This was due to her parents' profession, as they would seek various teaching gigs in various colleges in different college towns around Illinois and in Wisconsin. In 1970, her parents Shyamala and Jasper would separate, her mother taking the children and returning to Berkeley. Her parents' divorce was finalized when she was the tender age of 7. Her tertiary education would begin in earnest in Canada. This was after her mother Shyamala had accepted a research position at McGill University's School of Medicine in Montreal. She graduated from Westmount High School in 1981 and thereafter attended Vernier College in Montreal between the years of 1981 and 1982. She then proceeded to Howard University in Washington, D.C. While there, she became a member of the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, a historically black sorority, and graduated in 1986 with a degree in political science and economics. She thereafter proceeded to the University of California's Hastings College of Law, from where she graduated with a Juris Doctor in 1989, being a qualified attorney. Her legal career began in earnest in 1990, where she was appointed the Assistant District Attorney of Alameda County in the state of California. It was around this time that she would begin a relationship with Willie Brown, the then Speaker of the California State Assembly, and later the future mayor of the city of California. This relationship also benefited her professionally. She was appointed to California's Unemployment Insurance and Appeals Board and later California's Medical Assistance Commission, receiving positive reviews from her supervisors with regards to her ethic and commitment to her work. She was recruited by San Francisco's District Attorney Terrence Hallinan as an Assistant District Attorney. During her stay in San Francisco, she focused her efforts on burglary, robbery, and sexual assault cases, distinguishing herself in her duties. In the year 2000, who recruited her as the City Hall's Assistant City Attorney. Ryan would be instrumental when she would plunge into elective politics, endorsing her when she would later vie as San Francisco's City Attorney. Between the years years of 2000 and 2011, Harris would hold the position of San Francisco's district attorney after she was elected in the year of 2002 and re-elected in 2007. It was this choice to run as San Francisco's district attorney that would prove pivotal to her future political career. Upon her election as San Francisco's district attorney, she rubbed shoulders with political bigwigs in the Democratic Party in the state of California. During her stint as the state attorney, she exemplified herself, clearing 30% of the backlog of homicide cases within the first 6 months. Similar to her earlier positions, she focused her attention on violent crime, advocating for stronger gun legislation and tougher bail and bond terms to discourage commission of violent crimes within her state. It was at this time that she would begin advocating against LGBTQ hate crimes, as well as exhibiting a softer stance on illegal immigration. Between the years of 2011 to 2017, Harris rewrote history, being the first female of African American descent and South Asian descent to hold the office of California's state attorney. Her previous connections worked in her favor when she announced her candidacy with popular California politicians, including Democratic Senators Dianne Feinstein and Barbara Boxer, announcing their support of her candidacy. Nancy Pelosi, the future House Speaker, would also be in her corner. She defeated Republican nominee Steve Cooley in the election and would later be re-elected in 2014, soundly beating Republican nominee Ronald Gold, garnering 58% of the vote. In her second term, she retained her core mission of battling against violent crime and advocating for LGBTQ and immigrant rights. She, however, also expanded her attention to include consumer protection. She got Californians major settlements against big corporations like Quest Diagnostics, JP Morgan & Chase, as well as Corinthian colleges. She also immensely contributed to the protection of Californian homeowners during the California property crisis, ensuring that mortgages were protected against harmful foreclosure practices. In 2017, Kamala Harris would cast her lot with the Democrats, taking a chance to vie as a senator for the state of California. This was after Barbara Boxer, a longtime senator for the Democratic Party, announced her decision that she would not run after 20 years in the Senate. Kamala Harris announced her candidacy 1 week later, putting her on course to be one of the most influential and highest achieving female Democrats in the history of American politics in the 21st century. Join us in part 2 as we explore Kamala Harris' political career that would place her on a collision course with the Republican Party and their nominee Donald J. Trump.